Our next topic is important crop diseases which are caused by the bacteria. Okay, our next topic syllabus wise is that what are the important crop diseases which is caused by the bacteria this time. Okay, so we have discussed viruses, and you already know the structure and reproduction in the viruses and how viruses cause various diseases in the plants. And then we also know the what is the structure and the reproduction in the bacteria. Okay, how bacteria got reproduced. We have studied this in very detail. Now we are going to study the what are the important crop diseases which are caused by these bacteria. ओके बैक्टीरिया कौन कौन से क्रॉप डिसीजेस कॉज करते हैं विच आर इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम द ह्यूमन इकोनॉमी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, उसको हमें इस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो लेक्चर में क्या करना है, स्टडी करना है. All right. Now consider this is our syllabus. These are the important crop diseases which are caused by the viruses, and now we are seeing the important crop diseases which are caused by the bacteria. Now consider the introduction for this. See, about 100 species of the bacteria cause various diseases in the plants. Okay, there are total approximately 100 species of the bacteria which are causing different types of diseases in the plants. Okay, most of the plant pathogenic bacteria are the facultative saprophytes. Okay, if facultative saprophytes होते हैं, that means they are compulsorily dependent on their host. Okay, and they are saprophytic in nature as well. That is, they can also grow on the dead and decaying matter. Now, most of these bacteria are the rod shape. Okay, we have discussed the 4 shapes in the bacteria, and most of the bacteria which cause diseases in the plants belongs to the rod shape bacteria. And the only exception, okay, there is only one exception of the Streptomyces, which is the filamentous bacteria. Okay, so there are nearly 100 species of the bacteria which are causing various diseases in the plants. They are facultative saprophytes. Okay, they वो कैसे वो compulsorily saprophytes है, and these are mostly the rod-shaped bacteria, and there is only one exception of the Streptomyces which shows the filamentous structure. Okay. Now see, almost all the bacterial spots and bilites of the leaves, stem, and fruits are caused by the bacteria in the genera that is called as Pseudomonas and Xanthomonas. See, this is very particular for the bacterial diseases. That is, almost all the bacterial spots diseases or bilite diseases or the leaves diseases, stem diseases, and fruit diseases. All these diseases are caused by the genera of the Pseudomonas and the Xanthomonas. Only these two genera are responsible for the 99% of the diseases which is caused in the plants. Okay, you can see this point as how the evolution occurs. Okay, these are two genera are come regularly in the contact with the plants throughout the evolution, and that is why these are two genera are very particular in causing the diseases to the plants. Okay, so Pseudomonas genera and the Xanthomonas genera are these the two basic genera which are infamous for causing the various diseases in the plants. Okay, so while we are talking about how which type of bacteria causes diseases in plants, there are 100 species approximately which are causing diseases in the plant. In that, the two genera are specifically famous. These are called as the Pseudomonas and the Xanthomonas. These the Pseudomonas and Xanthomonas are responsible for all the spots and light diseases in the plants. Okay, whether it's the spots or blight of the leaf, stem, or fruit. Okay, but it always belongs to the genera of the Pseudomonas or the Xanthomonas. Xanthomonas और Pseudomonas ऐसे दो जेनेरा है जो बहुत फेमस है इस बात के लिए कि वो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द टाइम वही होती है डिसीज कॉज करने के लिए क्रॉप प्लांट्स में. Okay, so आपको primarily दो जेनेरा याद रखने हैं. That two genera are called as the Pseudomonas genera and the Xanthomonas genera. Okay, the Pseudomonas genera and the Xanthomonas genera, both the genera are 99% responsible for causing the diseases in the various plants, and not the other genera of the bacteria. Okay, so we have specificity in the bacteria that they are nearly 100 species which are causing diseases in the plants, and the Xanthomonas campestris. Okay, please remember the name Xanthomonas campestris cause the common blight of the beans. Okay, जो common blight होता है beans में वो it is caused by the Xanthomonas campestris. Then angular leaf spots of the cotton is also caused by this Xanthomonas campestris, but there is a variation in the variety. Okay, here we have the Phaseoli and here we have the Malvacearum. Okay, so but all these diseases are caused by the Xanthomonas campestris. Okay, and the various varieties of these Xanthomonas campestris. So the common blight of the bean, then the angular leaf spot of the cotton, then the bacterial leaf blight of rice, and the bacterial spot of tomato and pepper, all are caused by the Xanthomonas campestris. Okay, all these are the major crop diseases. Okay, what we are discussing here, the names of the diseases which are the major crop diseases which is often asked by the UPSC mains examination. See, the common blight of the beans, then the angular leaf spot of the cotton, then bacterial blight of the rice, then the bacterial spot of tomato and pepper. If you observe carefully, the beans, the cotton, then the rice, and then the tomato and the pepper, all these are the major crop plants. ये सारे के सारे major crop plants है, and Xanthomonas campestris is responsible, is a causative agent for causing all these diseases. Okay, तो ये important रहेगा. Generally पहला ही point आपको ये लिखना पड़ता है यूपीएससी में इसके में कि what are the causative agents for all these diseases. So it's Xanthomonas campestris. Okay, उसकी variety भी वो आप वहाँ पे लिख सकते हो कि for the beans we have the Phaseoli. ठीक है, so this Xanthomonas campestris is responsible for causing the various diseases in the plants. Some of them are the common blight of the bean, angular leaf spot of the cotton, then bacterial blight of the rice, and the bacterial spots of tomato and the pepper. Okay, now let us consider the diseases one by one. See, the bacterial wilt or the black rot of the crucifers. This is the disease which is caused by the bacteria. Okay, see the bacteria. What is the name of the disease? The bacterial wilt and the or the bacterial rot of the crucifers. Okay, now consider. The black rot of the crucifers is caused by the Xanthomonas campestris. So the causative agent for this disease is the Xanthomonas campestris. We have discussed in the earlier slide as well. See, this disease is found throughout the world. Okay, throughout the world ये omnipresent है disease, and और ये जहाँ जहाँ ये plant पाए जाते हैं crucifers के, where these crucifer plants are present, this disease is also present there. Okay, it is found throughout the world. Then it affects the members of the crucifer family and often causes the several roses. ठीक है, जितने भी members है crucifer families के, all members are affected by these bacteria that is called as the Xanthomonas campestris, which is responsible for causing the bacterial wilt or the black rot of the crucifers. ठीक है, और crucifer family में जितने भी members आते हैं सबको ये affect करते हैं. Not एक या दो plant नहीं, not only one or two plants, but all the members of the crucifer families are got affected by these Xanthomonas campestris. All right, now see the disease affects primarily the above ground parts. Okay, in a majority of the time. ठीक है, majority of the time जो है above ground parts को ही ये affect करता है of plants of any age. ठीक है, कौन से भी age के plants को ये above ground क्या करते हैं, affect करते हैं. In the host such as the is called turnip and radish, ये जो दो plant है, ये exception इसमें, यहाँ पे fleshy roots को भी वो क्या करते हैं, affect करते हैं. May also be affected and also develop the dry rot there. So the above ground parts are these above ground parts are affected by the Xanthomonas campestris, which is causing the bacterial wilt. But there are some in majority of the time the above ground parts of the plants are only affected. But there are certain exceptions such as the turnip and radish where the fleshy roots are also got affected by these particular diseases that is called as the bacterial wilt. So the bacterial wilt is caused by the Xanthomonas campestris. It causes diseases in all members of the crucifer family. Then it generally affects the above ground parts only, but sometimes like in the turnip and the radish, it also causes disease in the fleshy root as well. Now see the symptoms. Let's consider what are the symptoms for this bacterial wilt. See, the infected young seedling shows the dwarfing. ठीक है, dwarfing होती है, ज्यादा height नहीं बढ़ती है, and plant remains short. Then one-sided growth. Okay, एक ही side में growth चलती रहती है, दूसरी side lower रह जाती है, and lower the leaves droop. Okay, leaves droop होने लगते हैं. That is they are hanging downward. जो leaves होते हैं वो नीचे नीचे downward hang करने लगते हैं. So when there is a infection of the campestris, the infected young seedling shows the dwarfing. जो young seedlings होती है उनमें dwarfing आ जाती है, one-sided growth उसमें होती है. Plus their leaves shows the drooping. Drooping means hanging downward. Downward hang करते हैं. See the second symptom, which is very particular symptom, a large and often the V-shaped chlorotic blotches at the margin of the leaves. Okay, observe in this particular picture. You can observe here that this is a V-shaped symptom which is shown by these crucifer member plants when they are affected by the disease called as the bacterial wilt. Okay, now see, observe this V shape, a very particular V shape. It is often large and the chlorotic blotches. Okay, that means there is a loss of chlorophyll. You can clearly observe this portion has turned into the yellow color. Okay, that means there is a loss of chlorophyll molecule, and that is why we do not find the green color there, because the chlorophyll molecule is completely lost, and this chlorophyll loss is called as the chlorosis, right? So we have the chlorotic blotches at the margin of the leaves, and these blotches are often V shape. Okay, so this is very particular symptom of the bacterial wilt, that the margin of the leaves shows the V shape of the chlorotic blotches, and it shows the V shape, and this V shape is a typical characteristic of a bacterial wilt. Okay, so कभी अगर आप फील्ड में जाते हो और अगर आप क्रूसीफर्स के कुछ मेंबर्स अगर आप स्टडी कर रहे हो, वहां पे देख रहे हो उनको, तो आप जरूर ऑब्जर्व करना कि अगर वहां पे V शेप मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द टाइम येलो कलर के अगर ब्लॉचेस वहां पे दिखते हैं, सो यू कैन डायरेक्टली कंक्लूड दैट दीज प्लांट्स आर अफेक्टेड बाय द बैक्टीरियल wilt. Okay, so the second symptom is that they shows the large, often V-shaped chlorotic blotches at the margins of the leaves. Okay, now see the third one. The chlorosis progresses towards the midrib of the leaves. Okay, जैसे जैसे chlorosis progress करता है, that means turning the green color leaves into the yellow color. This chlorosis, as it progresses, it reaches to the midrib. Okay, कहाँ reach करता है ये midrib? Okay, ये midrib क्या है? देखिए, अगर ऐसा leaf होता है, leaf के बीच में जो strong एक vein होती है बड़ी वाली, इसे क्या कहते हैं? midrib कहते हैं. ठीक है, so ये जो V shape blotch होता है, ये जैसे जैसे आगे बढ़ता है तो ये midrib की ओर बढ़ता है. ठीक है, और आगे आगे. So as the chlorosis progresses, जैसे जैसे chlorosis आगे आगे बढ़ता है, ये towards the midrib of the leaves, while some of the veins and the veinlets within the chlorotic area also turns black. कैसे टर्न हो जाती है? ब्लैक एंड लेटर ब्राउन एंड ड्राई. ओके, सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट सिम्टम. ये जो वी शेप आप देख रहे हो, दिस इज द फर्स्ट सिम्टम. एज दिस क्लोरोसिस प्रोग्रेसेस टुवर्ड्स द मेन मिडरिप, जैसे जैसे मिडरिप की ओर ये बढ़ता है, दी वेन्स, these veins you can observe in this leaf, these are the veins and the veinlets. Okay, these veins later turns into the black color. ओके, ये ब्लैक कलर में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है, एंड आफ्टर दैट दे बिकम ब्राउन एंड दे आर बिकम कंप्लीटली ड्राई एट द एंड. Okay, so the starting of the chlorosis shows the yellow color V-shaped mark, and as this chlorosis progresses towards the midrib, it converts these veins and ventlets into the black color. Okay, and after the black it then converts into the brown color and often dry after that. Okay, उसके बाद क्या होता है, जो लीफ होता है वो ड्राई होने लगता है. So after the V shape, what we have the black color veins and ventlets, and after that we have the brown color veins and ventlets, and after that the whole leaves start to dry. Okay, so this is the third symptom. In the first symptom, we have discussed that it shows the dwarfing one-side growth and the droop of the leaves. Then the V-shaped symptom in the second one, and in the third one, the progression of the chlorosis, which turns the leaf veins and the ventlets into the black color and then into the brown color, and which results in the formation of the dry leaf. Okay. See the fourth symptom of this disease, that is the blackening of the veins. As the blackening of the veins advances to the stem, okay, from the leaves, now it is going towards the stem. Okay, so as the blackening of the veins advances to the stem, and from there upward and downward to the other leaves and the roots. Okay, so यहाँ पे अगर एक plants को अगर हम यहाँ पे ऐसे consider करें कि leaves से ये midrib से होता हुआ ये stem की ओर आ रहा है, veins and ventlets, फिर ये stem को भी affect करता है, and after affecting the stem it also affects the roots as well. Okay, so पहले above ground parts खराब होते हैं, and after that the below ground parts are also get affected. So all it is starting from the V shape. ठीक है, यहाँ पे एक ऐसे लीफ था, लीफ के मार्जिन में जो V shape तैयार हुआ पहले, it becomes yellow. Okay, and as this chlorosis progresses, the veins and ventlets of the midrib becomes black. ठीक है, and after that they turn brown, and in majority of the cases the leaves become dry at the end of the process. Now this progression now leads to the stem. Okay, ये progression जो है ये stem की ओर lead करता है, and after the stem it also affects the roots as well. So this is how the disease progresses slowly. It all started from the margins of the leaves when they are turning from the green color to the yellow color due to the chlorosis, and at the end this blackening also goes to the roots as well. Now see the fifth symptom, the leaves become invited systematically by these bacteria moving upward through the mid vein. Chlorotic areas may appear anywhere on the leaves. ठीक है, जैसे जैसे फिर ये leaves को affect करते हैं, फिर leaves के किसी भी portion में जो है यहाँ पे chlorotic veins आपको दिख सकती है, not only at the margins, because it is spreading now. It is spreading through the mid veins. ठीक है, जहाँ जहाँ veins का network जा रहा है, आप जानते हो कि reticulate venation होता है यहाँ पे. It's just like this, we have the main midrib, and then there is a reticulate venation, okay, which is going towards the margin of the leaves. Okay, and then we have the ventlets as well. So veins and ventlets are there, and all these veins and ventlets provide the pathway for moving from one place to the other place in the leaves. Okay, and as they are occupying the other places in the leaves, it is converting these leaves into the yellow color, or simply say it is advances is chlorosis. ठीक है, जो क्लोरोसिस होता है वो बढ़ते जाता है थ्रू आउट द लीव्स. नाउ दिस एरिया, द येलो कलर एरिया और द वी शेप एरिया, यू कैन फाउंड इट एनीवेयर ऑन द लीव्स इन द लैटर स्टेजेस ऑफ द डिसीज. डिसीज के जो लैटर स्टेजेस आते हैं उसमें ये फिर आप जो ये देख सकते हो क्लोरोटिक एरियाज, ये लीफ में आपको कहीं पे भी दिखते हैं. ओके, नाउ मे अपीयर एनीवेयर ऑन द लीव्स. इन्फेक्टेड लीव्स मे फॉल prematurely one after the other. Okay, so due to this all this chlorosis thing, the leaves prematurely fall off from the plants. Okay, even though they are not even before the maturing of these leaves, they fall down from the plant. So this is how this disease progresses and shows the various symptoms according to the timing of the disease. In the early times, when there is there is an infection, it shows the V-shaped chlorotic area on the margins of the leaves, and later it spread throughout the plants, not only to the stem but also to the roots. And as it spreads throughout the leaf falls off prematurely. Okay, so this is how the disease progresses of the bacterial wilt in the crucifers. Okay, now see the next symptom, the stem and the stalk of the infected leaves shows the blackening of the vascular tissue. So whatever the vascular tissues are there, that is the xylem and phloem, both these are the conducting tissues. All these tissues shows the blackening. Okay, they convert into the black color due to this progression of the chlorosis. Now the yellow slime droplets of the bacteria and sometimes cavities full of the bacteria found in the pith and cortex. Okay, as you may have studied about the anatomy, in the pith we have the cortex outside, and inside what we have here the pith. Now often in this cortex and in this pith as well, we found the bacterial droplets when we take the anatomical TS for this particular infected plant. अगर एक इन्फेक्टेड प्लांट का अगर आप एक लीफ का टीएस लेते हो या फिर स्टेम का अगर टीएस लेते हो, ट्रांसफर सेक्शन, ओके, ट्रांसफर सेक्शन अगर आप उसका लेते हो, तो स्टेम में आपको दिखेगा कि कॉर्टेक्स में और पिथ में जो है वहां पे बैक्टीरिया की कॉलोनीज बन चुकी है, येलो स्लाइम वहां पे ड्रॉपलेट्स बन चुके हैं बैक्टीरिया के. सो दिस इज हाउ दे ऑक्यूपाई द एनाटॉमिकली द प्लांट्स. ओके, वो कॉर्टेक्स में और पिथ में आपको क्लियरली दिख जाएंगे व्हेन यू ऑब्जर्व देम अंडर द माइक्रोस्कोप. ओके, सो इन द later stages of the disease, the vascular tissues also got blackened. ठीक है, and if you take the TS of the of such a stem, you come to know that the pith and cortex is full with the yellow slime of the droplets of the bacteria. Okay, so these are all the symptoms. Okay, ये सारे symptoms है which are causing the diseases, which are showing the various which are showed at the various stages of the diseases. ठीक है, disease जैसा जैसा आगे बढ़ता है वैसे वैसे सारे symptoms उसमें देखने को हमें वहां पे मिलते हैं. Okay, so all these are the 6 symptoms. You should remember them carefully. Now see, transmission, how this disease is transmitted from one place to other place or within the plant or to the other plant. See, the black rot of the bacteria spend the whole winter in the infected plant debris. ठीक है, देखिए कुछ विंटर सीजन जो है पूरा का पूरा वो सर्वाइव कर सकते हैं प्लांट्स के अंदर. उसके साथ साथ जो डेब्रिज तैयार होती है उस डेब्रिज में भी ये एक सीजन के लिए वहां पे रहते हैं. ओके, सो आप समझ सकते हो कि सीड्स पे या फिर डेब्रिज पे या फिर प्लांट के अंदर ये सर्वाइव कर सकते हैं फॉर द होल विंटर सीजन. सो द इन्फेक्टेड प्लांट इज अ सोर्स फॉर for this disease. The second source for this disease is the debris. Okay, so whatever the leaves falling off from the plant, this forms the debris, and these debris can have this particular bacterial infection. Then the seeds, whether it is inside the seeds or on the seeds, these bacteria remain there. So all these are the ways of the transmission of this disease from one plant to the other plant. Okay, the infected plant can transmit the disease, then the debris can transmit the disease, and also the seeds can also transmit the disease from one generation to the next generation or from one plant to the other plant as well. See, the bacteria infect the cotyledons of the young leaves through the stomata. See how they transmit through the stomatas, hydatodes or the wounds. Okay, all these three shows the common characteristic that you can enter with the bacteria, the very small bacteria can enter through the small pores of the stomata, through the small pores of the hydatodes and through the wound, that is the opening of the plant part. ठीक है, जो भी वहां पे उनको मैकेनिकल वाउंड हुआ होगा, फिजिकल वाउंड जो भी होगा, इस वजह से कट ओपन होती है स्किन प्लांट की, एंड इस वजह से बैक्टीरिया को वहां पे सुटेबल हो जाता है अंदर एंटर करना. सो द एंट्री ऑफ द बैक्टीरिया इनसाइड द प्लांट इज फैसिलिटेटेड बाय द प्लांट स्ट्रक्चर इटसेल्फ, लाइक द स्टोमेटा एंड द hydatodes. These are small pores are responsible for the various physiological functionings in the plants. See, the stomata plays an important role in the transpiration process, and the hydatodes plays an important role in the process of guttation. Okay, guttation and transpiration are performed by these structures, and for this, the plant has to show the small pores. ओके, वो ये पोर्स वहां पे होते हैं स्टोमेटा के और हाइडाथोड्स के, विच आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर डूइंग द ट्रांसपिरेशन एंड द गटेशन, एंड through these pores these bacteria can enter into these plants. Okay, plus also if there is a physical injury to the plant which results in the wound, this wound is also responsible for taking up the bacteria inside the plant. Okay, and then spread through the intercellularly. Okay, cells के अंदर वो cell to cell फिर spread होता है, और आप जानते हो कि cell to cell कैसे spread होता है. Okay, until they reach into the open ends of the outer vessels which they invites. Okay, जब तक वो vessel में नहीं आ जाते, phloem में नहीं आ जाते, and once inside the phloem they can occupy throughout they can go anywhere in the plants. Okay, so generally the transmission occurs due to the infected plants, then the debris of the plants or the seeds of the plants. Now these bacteria can enter the plant enter the plant by using the stomata or the hydatodes or the wounds, and then they spread intercellularly, and then they go to the outer vessels, and from outer vessel it can spread to the other parts of the plants as well. Now see, the bacteria then can multiply into the vessel. Okay, once inside the vessel they multiply there, they increase their number, and here you can add the reproduction in the bacteria. How the bacteria reproduce, you know, there are 3 ways, right? So these bacteria can reproduce in these vessels and then spread throughout the plant. Okay, as their number increases slowly, and they can spread throughout the plant, then reaching even to the seeds. Okay, whatever the seeds are created in the plant body, in that seeds they can also reach. Okay, and that is why we have said in the earlier slide that the seeds are the main agents for the transmission of the disease. At the same time, the xylem disintegrates in the places. Okay, so as we have talked about the vascular tissues, in that the xylem and phloem also got blackened due to this disease, and due to this blackening of this xylem disintegrate at the places. Okay, that is the water column, which is famously called as the xylem. This water column disintegrate at phases and the bacteria spread between the surrounding parenchyma cell. If you have studied the xylem structure, ठीक है, xylem का अगर structure आपने study किया होगा, so it is made of the 4 main components. Okay, out of these 4 main components, one component is the parenchyma cells. So after the breaking of the disintegration of the xylem, these bacteria then spread to the parenchymatous cells. Okay, now these are cells soon killed and disintegrate, and the cavities are formed. So soon these cells also get killed by these bacteria, and the cavities, okay, the small cavities are formed in these areas. So the disease which is starting from the, if we consider the unidirectional disease transmission, consider like this. See, there is a stomata. Okay, see, this is the bacteria. Then this bacteria, which is causing the bacterial wilt, is going through the stomata. Okay, once it enter through the stomata inside the plant body, it will invade the cortex and the pith. Okay, and when they are inside the cortex and pith, they travel intercellularly, and then they reaches the vessels. Okay, and inside the vessels they multiply. Okay, they increase their number, and when they multiply inside the vessel, then they grow to go to the other parts of the plant body. Okay, just like xylem, then parenchymatous cells, and all these cells and xylem disintegrates at places, and these parenchymatous cells soon get killed, and the cavities are formed at last. Okay, so this is how the disease transmission occurs within the plant. Plant के अंदर इस प्रकार से disease transmission वहां पे हो सकता है. Inside the plant it spread like this. Okay, so ये सारा का सारा sequence जो है आपने क्या करना है, याद रखना है. Now see, the bacteria often comes out through the surface of leaves, through the hydatodes or the wounds. See, this is very important and the dangerous characteristics of this bacterial wilt. See, the bacteria often come out from these infected leaves. See, when the leaves and the other plant parts are infected by these bacteria, and these bacteria create their sufficient number. Okay, if their number is too high, okay, too high number अगर वहां पे create होता है, so these bacteria comes out of the leaves. They are ooze out from these leaves, and they spread into the surrounding. Okay, like this. These are coming out of the plant. Okay, once they have utilized whole plant body, and after utilization of this whole plant body, they have created their large number, and this large number of these bacteria are coming out of the leaves and the other parts of the plant body, and often these bacteria then spread by the rain flashes. Okay, so if there is a rain, these bacteria are travel through this rain, or the wind are carried by the equipment to the other leaves which they infect. Okay, तो दूसरे plants की ओर उनका जो disease cause करने का जो तरीका है वो कैसा है, how they can cause disease in the other plants is by they are coming out of the hydatodes or the wounds of the leaves. Okay, leaves के through वो बाहर निकलते हैं. Once they are outside the infected plant, they are traveled by the rain, then by the wind, or by the infected equipment which are used in the agricultural field. Okay, so all these are the transmitting agent for these particular diseases. Okay, इन particular diseases के लिए ये transmission का काम करते हैं, और rain, wind और equipment जो है, जो बाहर आ गए हैं, ये जो bacteria है, इनको travel करने का काम करते हैं from one infected plant to the other healthy plant. So in this way they can also cause diseases in the healthy plants. So we have discussed how the plants the intercellular transmission occurs of this disease, and after that we have discussed how this disease transmit from infected plant to the healthy plant. Okay, infected plant से healthy plants की ओर ये disease कैसे cause होता है, ये भी हमने अभी discuss किया. ठीक है, so both point आपको याद रखने हैं transmission में. See, in a wet warm weather the infection develops rapidly. Okay, so wet and warm, this type of conditions are very suitable for these bacteria. ठीक है, ये जो Compestris के bacteria होते हैं, फिर Pseudomonas के bacteria होते हैं, so generally causative agent for the bacterial wilt is a Compestris. Now Compestris के ये जो bacteria होते हैं has the उनका जो favorable condition होता है, whatever the favorable conditions are required by this bacteria is the wet and warm weather. Okay, if there is a wet and warm weather, the infection develops very rapidly, and the visible symptoms will appear within the hours because the bacterial growth is too rapid. Okay, these bacteria जो होते हैं ये बहुत quickly rapidly grow करते हैं under some favorable conditions like wet and warm weather. और wet और warm weather जो होता है, इस wet और warm weather में ये इतने speed से multiply होते हैं कि कुछ hours में ही वहां पे symptoms दिखने लगते हैं. ओके समझ सकते हो, आपके कुछ आवर्स में अगर सिम्टम दिख रहे हैं तो कितने रैपिडली वो ग्रो हो रहे हैं वहां पे। सो विद इन द प्लांट डिसीज कैसे स्प्रेड होता है, फिर आउटसाइड द प्लांट डिसीज कैसे स्प्रेड होता है, और कौन सी इन्वायरमेंटल कंडीशन है जो इस बैक्टीरियल विल्ट को ग्रो करती है टू क्विकली। ठीक है, ये सब कुछ जो है आपको अभी याद रखना है। नाउ लेट अस कंसीडर द कंट्रोल मेजर्स। व्हाट आर द कंट्रोल मेजर्स फॉर दिस बैक्टीरियल विल्ट और द ब्लैक रॉट ऑफ द क्रूसीफर्स। ओके नाउ सी, फर्स्ट हम ये कर सकते हैं कि यूज ऑफ द बैक्टीरिया फ्री सीड्स एंड ट्रांसप्लांट द प्लांटेड इन द सॉइल फ्री ऑफ ब्लैक रॉट एटलीस्ट फॉर 2 years। ओके देखिए, जैसे हमने कहा कि वो ओवर विंटर करता है, विंटर तक वो डेब्रिज में रहता है, तो अगर इफ यू टेक द 2 years गैप, ठीक है, फील्ड में 2 years का गैप रखा जाए तो दिस बैक्टीरिया विल ऑटोमेटिकली गेट किल्ड बाय द नेचर। ठीक है, तो वहां पे क्या क्लीन हो सकता है, सॉइल क्लीन हो सकती है। उसके बाद जो सीड में अगर रहता है तो सीड जो है हम बैक्टीरिया फ्री सीड हमें करनी चाहिए। बैक्टीरिया फ्री सीड अगर हम लगाएंगे, इन्फेक्टेड सीड को अगर हम निकाल देंगे तो वहां पे डिसीज ट्रांसमिट नहीं होगा। और उसके बाद 2 years एक ऐसा स्पैन है कि इसके बाद ये डिब्रिज में भी नहीं रह सकता, सॉइल में भी नहीं रह सकता। तो इसीलिए आफ्टर द एटलीस्ट फॉर 2 years के बाद अगर हम उसको यूज करते हैं सॉइल को, ठीक है, तो वहां पे वो डिसीज फ्री रहेगी। ठीक है, सो अगर ब्लैक रॉट वाला अगर वहां पे सॉइल में अगर हमने प्लांट कर रखे थे प्लांट, तो उसमें 2 years का गैप रखना है। ठीक है, देखिए सीड जो होते हैं, सीड ट्रीटमेंट विद द हॉट वाटर। ठीक है, जनरली 50 डिग्री सेल्सियस का जो अगर वाटर अगर 30 मिनट्स के लिए अगर सीड्स को देते हैं तो वहां पे वो डिसीज फ्री हो जाता है। ठीक है सीड, और वी कैन ट्रीट देम विद द टेट्रासाइक्लिन और द स्ट्रेप्टोमाइसिन लाइक एंटीबायोटिक टू हेल्प इंश्योर दैट बैक्टीरिया free seeds are created there. Okay, so we can create the bacteria free seeds by treating them with the 50 degrees Celsius water or by giving treatment of the tetracycline or the streptomycin like antibiotics. ठीक है, तो कंट्रोल मेजर्स में हम बैक्टीरिया फ्री सीड्स यूज कर सकते हैं। बैक्टीरिया फ्री सीड्स कैसे तैयार करने हैं? We can use the 50 degrees Celsius temperature for 30 minutes by giving them a hot water treatment, or we can give the treatment of the tetracycline or the streptomycin to ensure there is a bacteria free seed. Okay, and we can take the 2 years gap so that there will not be any bacteria which are present in the soil or the infected debris. Okay, now see the second one, spray with the copper fungicide for the 10-day intervals to help reduce the disease spread. ठीक है, यहाँ पे भली फंगीसाइड लिखा हो कि which kills the fungus but it also kills the bacteria. ठीक है, यहाँ पे बैक्टीरिया को भी वो कॉपर क्या कर सकता है, किल कर सकता है। एंड आफ्टर द 10 days इंटरवल अगर इसको स्प्रेड किया जाए देन वी कैन कंट्रोल दिस डिसीज, पर्टिकुलर बैक्टीरियल विल्ट डिसीज। ओके, सो डिसीज फ्री सीड्स हमें यूज करने हैं, और सेकंड हम प्रॉपर फंगीसाइड्स को भी 10-day इंटरवल्स के तौर पे हम इसको यूज कर सकते हैं। तो यहाँ पे बैक्टीरियल विल्ट को हमने डिटेल में डिस्कस किया। स्टार्टिंग हमने की कि पॉजिटिव एजेंट कौन था, फिर हमने उसके बाद डिटेल में सिम्टम डिस्कस किए, उसके बाद डिटेल में हमने ट्रांसमिशन डिस्कस किया, उसके बाद हमने कंट्रोल मेजर डिस्कस किए। ऑल दिस विल फॉर्म द मेजर पार्ट ऑफ योर आंसर। ठीक है, यूपीएससी में इसमें आपका मेजर पोर्शन जो होगा यही होगा, क्योंकि वहां पे आपको ये सब कुछ लिटरली पूछा जाता है। लिटरली आई मीन कि वो वर्ड टू वर्ड पूछते हैं कि आपको कंट्रोल मेजर देने हैं, आपको सिम्टम देने हैं, आपको ट्रांसमिशन देना है। ठीक है, कुछ कुछ कभी कभी अगर 5 मार्क के लिए वो पूछ लेते हैं तो वो कुछ स्किप भी कर देते हैं, जैसे वो ट्रांसमिशन स्किप कर देंगे और आपको बस काउजल एजेंट, सिम्टम्स और कंट्रोल मेजर्स ही पूछ लेंगे। ठीक है।